Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm C. Shilpa Surana, and since Cartrade IPO is going live tomorrow, I just thought to make a quick video on the same. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Also, if you like the content of this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So, let's start with today's IPO review. So now let's talk about the company first. This company was incorporated in the year 2000 and it operates an automotive digital ecosystem which helps in connecting the automobile customers who want to buy brand new or the second hand cars or bikes or other kind of vehicles. Okay, so it helps in connecting them to equipment manufacturers, to dealers, to bank, so that bank can provide them financing facilities, and to insurance company if they want to take insurance. Okay, so it is a platform wherein all these kind of services are provided at one stop. Okay, now this company operates these platforms under various brand names like Car Wale, Car Trade, Shriram Auto Mall, Bike Wale, Car Trade Exchange, Adroit Auto, and Autobiz. Now what each of this platform does, we will look into it into detail in the coming section. For now, just understand that these are the platforms that are operated by the company. Okay, now through this platform the company is providing services to its customer. Okay, so on this company's platform various types of vehicles are covered like pre-owned cars, two-wheelers, pre-owned commercial vehicles, brand new cars, farm and construction equipments, etc. So they cover wide ambit of vehicles which give lot of options to their customers. Also they provide other value added services like we had seen, like financing facilities or insurance facilities. All right, so this helps in getting lot of customer base for this company. Now, looking at the company's brand, like we had earlier also seen, these are the company's brand, that is Car Wale, Car Trade, Bike Wale, Shriram Auto Mall, Car Trade Exchange, Adroit Auto, and Autobiz. Okay. Now, what each of these platform does, let's try to see in little bit brief. Okay. So, Car Wale and Car Trade platforms are basically visited by car shoppers who want to research about any particular car or connect with dealers, OEMs, or second-hand sellers or other types of partners like bank or insurance company. Bike Wale is a platform wherein customers who are looking for new or used vehicles can do their research or connect with dealers, etc. So Shriram Automall is basically like if you have seen Pepperfry Studios. So Pepperfry sell their furniture online. Similarly, they have a studio where you can go and visit and check out the furnitures, right? Like similar way is the Shriram Automall wherein physically you can go and check out the cars. Okay, so that is Shriram Automall. Car Trade Exchange is an online auction platform for used vehicles. So that for that particular purpose, for auctioning purpose, Car Trade Exchange is used. So Adroit Auto provides inspection and valuation services to its customer, and Autobiz provides new car dealers a CRM solution. So basically, they provide software solutions to its customer. Okay. Now, having understood what each of this platform does, let's try to see how the revenue is structured. Okay, so they earn their revenue through commission fees, online advertising on their platforms, lead generation, and technology based services wherein they give software solutions. All right, now let's try to see how segment wise bifurcation is done. If you see business verticals in this, website generates almost 35% of its revenue, and commission and other related income generates 64% of its total revenue, and sale of used cars by this company generates 1% of its revenue. If you see geographical location wise, 98% is from domestic customers and 2% is from foreign based customers. Okay, now coming to the peers of this company, there are no listed peers for this company. However, the key competitors of this company, like who are unlisted, are Car24, Car Dekho, Bike Dekho, Droom, etc. Okay, now coming to the financials of this company. So total assets, if you see, have increased from 31st March 2019 to 31st March 2021. If you see total revenue, it has been fluctuating. So it has increased in March 20, but again in March 21 it has decreased. And if you see the profits have kept on increasing from 19 to 20 and from 20 to 21. And in fact, from 20 to 21, there has been significant jump. So approximately 700 million jump is there. And I was just trying to check that despite of revenue decreasing, how come the profits have increased so much? So what I found out in their income statement was that almost 550 million, so out of this 700 million that you are seeing, 550 million is contributed due to deferred tax asset that has been created. So this is like one time activity. Okay, so going forward you might not see such a huge jump in profit. So this 550 out of the 700 increase, 550 almost is due to this deferred tax asset creation, and also certain extent is contributable to decrease in expenses, that is like almost 20 crores, which is due to decrease of expenses. So again, you never know how much this decrease is sustainable. So if you see, this contributes to almost 200 million plus. Okay, so out of this 700 million increase that we are trying to see here, 550 is due to tax and 200 is due to this decrease in expenses. So technically you can understand that the profit after tax have not increased that much. So now let's try to see in percentage terms. If you see the revenue has increased with a CAGR or CAGR of 2.72, which is not at all attractive according to me. I mean, 2.72 is a very slow growth. So also I have not analyzed the PAT of this company in percentage term, because if you see PAT, there is a one-time item. So rather I have tried to analyze the PBT of this company, and PBT is growing at a CAGR or CAGR of 15.15%. Again, this is not very attractive. So now coming to the strengths of this company. So this company is a leading marketplace for automotive sales. So if you see, this company has been ranked number 1 on relative online search popularity. So this is like, you can say, one of the most searched as compared to its competitors on internet during the period April 20 to March 21. Okay, it's another one platform, which is Shriram Auto Mall, is a leading auction platform for used vehicles. Okay, also when you compare this company to its key competitors, this company is the only this company is making profit, and it is the most profitable in comparison to its peers. Okay, now also this company is having strong brand recognition. So we have seen that a lot of platforms that it is providing, so it is having strong brand recognition, which is clear from the most searched website or most popular website in April 20 to 21. Also, the platform of this company are in-house built, so they are providing a seamless solution to its customer, or one-stop platform for various requirements of its customer. So the next benefit for this company is scalability of business model. So for those who don't know what scalability is, so scalability means that through the current infrastructure, how much the company can grow further without infusing further capital. Okay, so if you see this company, it has high-tech platforms which it has developed in-house, and they don't need substantial capital if they want to grow their company. Also, this company is well positioned to benefit from the growth in automotive sector. So we have obviously seen that this company is dealing in automotive sector, and as and when the automotive sector booms, this company will also benefit. Now coming to the risks of this company, we have seen that the company's revenue are fluctuating. So it has increased in March 20 and decreased in March 21. Also, we have seen that the woofing profit is mainly because of the one-time activity. So even that is something that should be considered to determine that if in future it can get so much of profit or not. Also, this company will be affected if there is any decline in car ownership or decline in the demand of vehicles. Now another one risk for this company is COVID-19 pandemic, which is not specific to this company or this industry. It is for the economy as a whole. So this pandemic can have impact on its revenue. Okay, also another one risk for this company is that if they experience too much of disruptions and failures in their platform, that might reduce the traffic for this company's platforms or websites. Okay, also this company will be adversely affected if there are a lot of fraudulent buyers or sellers on this website, because of course if a customer or a seller has unpleasant experience on any website, he might not repeat going to that website. Okay, also this company gets lot of traffic from organic search results. So that means that when you're searching on Google, this company comes on the top, and then customer clicks the link and visit this website. In case if in the search result this company is not coming on top or few top website, then the traffic on this company's website might decrease substantially. Okay, also now as we have seen that this company's revenue is dependent on how these websites of this companies are performing or the platforms of this company is performing. So in future, if they fail to provide quality content to its customer, the traffic again might reduce for this customer. So now these were some of the risks that were highlighted in the RHP of the company. company which I felt were important to be discussed. However, there were more risks which were highlighted, so for which you guys can go and read the RHP of the company. Okay, now coming to the IPO details. The IPO for this company is going to open tomorrow, that is 9th of August, and will be closing on 11th of August. The price band for this company is between 1585 to 1618. Okay, and also the issue size for this company is 2998 crores. And important thing to note here is that all of it is offered for sale, so this money is not going to go to company for any expansion or any future projects or plans. This money is going to go to the current promoters or current shareholders of the company. Okay, now once this IPO gets listed, there will be change in promoters holding. So currently their share is 89.25%. From that it will reduce to 48.81%. Okay, now coming to the valuation part, even on the upper price band, that is 1585, if you consider the diluted EPS for FY21, the PE works out to be 83, and similarly if you take 3 years average of EPS, the PE comes out to be 169. Now one thing that I want to highlight here is that it is better that we consider the PE of somewhere around this average ratio. And why I am saying that is because, see, in the current year there was a one-time activity which has led to this inflated EPS. Okay, had that one-time deferred tax related item not been there, their EPS would have been somewhere as low as this much, which would have resulted the PE of this much. Okay, that is 169. So I think it is fair to consider somewhere the average EPS rather than the one-time EPS of the current year. So now, as we know that this company is not having any listed peers on the stock exchange right now, it is difficult to say that whether this company is overpriced or underpriced as compared to its peer. But a PE of 169 is something that is eye-opening. So according to me, this price is somewhere on the higher side, not on the lower side for sure. And I feel the shares of this company are overpriced. Okay, so that's my view. You can have a different view, of course. So now coming to the GMP of this company, it was 450 on 6th of August when I had last checked. But important thing that I want to highlight here is that it is showing a decreasing trend. So earlier it was 700 and from that it has reduced to 450. So I would request, if you guys are going ahead and subscribing for this IPO, please do check out the GMP on the third day of the subscription to determine, at that point of time what the GMP is. Okay, so for those who don't know what a GMP is, it is a premium at which shares are trading in offline market, that is in the OTC market. And if you don't know what a OTC market is, please do go and check out my series on basics of stock market. There you'll come to know what a OTC market is. Now coming to the conclusion parts, we have seen that the revenue of this company has been fluctuating, and the revenue has decreased when you compare it with FY20. Of course, the major contributing factor here can be the corona pandemic that we are going through right now. However, it's still decreasing. Okay, also if you see the PATs of the company, that has increased mainly due to one-timer activity, that was the deferred tax asset recognition that we had seen, and also due to decrease in other expenses. Now for those other expenses, we never know that how much sustainable it will be. And the other factor, that was the deferred tax asset, was one timer, so it might not repeat in the future. So you never know how much the growth in PAT is sustainable again. Further, the issue of this company seems to be overpriced according to me. Now what I feel about this IPO, so if you are thinking from long term or medium term perspective, I didn't find the issue price to be very exciting. I would have been more excited if it would have been on the lower side. So further, the financials for this company are also not very attractive. According to me, those are average financials. So for long term and medium term buyers or investors, according to me, it is a wait and watch time. So for those who are planning to subscribe for this IPO, from listing gains perspective, there can be listing gains for this company, because currently also in grey market it is trading at a premium of 450 rupees. However, like I told you that there is a decreasing trend, please check it on day 3, the subscription which is there for this IPO, as well as what is the GMP, and then determine how much probability is there for GMP during the listing day. Okay, so that's all guys from my side. I hope you like the content of this video. In case you do like, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe my channel for such future updates. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye.